So I want to go ahead and break down for you guys exactly how I film these houses, right? So the first thing is you need to find a house, and in some of the other courses I'm going to break down for you how to get permission, how to find these communities, but let's assume that you already found one. Today we're in the city of Riverside and we're going to be filming these houses behind us. So when you come out here, you want to have a game plan of what types of content you're going to be filming. Right? Are you going to get a house tour? Are you going to get a video of you talking about the property? Are you going to get like a B-roll where it's you just kind of walking and maybe you can put some text and some music over that has a message with the call to action on it, right? So there's so many different types of content that you can get. But the most popular one and the easiest one is going to be the house tour, right? So I'm going to walk you through step by step exactly what I do when I get out to a house so you can go out and do the same thing. So for example, this house behind me, it's a beautiful, huge home, over 4,000 square feet. So here's what I'm gonna do. First thing is I'm gonna open up my phone on my camera. Then I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that I wipe the lens. So this way it's not like all fuzzy, or it just comes out nice and clean. Now, the first thing that I'm getting is an Instagram story. Now, when I get an Instagram story, this is just a regular iPhone, I'm gonna put it to 0.5. And then I wanna make sure I get a spot where it looks really nice. So for example, in this case, let's just say I come over right here. Let's say I come over right here and boom, that looks good, right? So I'm gonna get a couple of different pictures from it. Or what you could do is you can go to video and put it on 0.5 and then get some, maybe a left to right, or maybe get something as you're coming a little bit forward. And I'll go ahead and I'll upload some clips of what the actual recording looks like so you have something to kind of compare to, right? But the point being is you want to come in and you want to get some shots of the front of the house. Once you get those shots of the front of the house, the next thing that you're going to do is keep it very simple. When you post the Instagram story, you're going to be putting the city, and then you're going to put a couple of like facts about the home. How many bedrooms, how many bathrooms, how big is the house? And then find one or two key features that is going to get people interested in it, right? Maybe it's going to be that there's no HOA. Maybe it's a gated community. Maybe it's move-in ready. Maybe there's a swimming pool. And again, I'm going to go ahead and put some screenshots. If you guys have been following me, you see the stories that I post, but just as a reference, I'm going to put some screenshots of the stories that I post, and I would encourage you to literally just copy it. Now, when I talk about copying, I'm not saying don't take a screenshot of it and post it as your own, right? But the homes that you go to, use the same format. It's a formula that's already working. You guys can do the exact same thing. Just go ahead and make it your own. And of course, make it fresh and do it on properties that you actually go out to, right? So that's the first thing. I'm gonna go ahead and get an Instagram story. I'm gonna post it up, and then make sure you put like a call to action, like DM me for more info, right? If it's on an Instagram story. So that's gonna be the first thing. Now, the next thing that I'm gonna do is now I'm actually gonna film it. Right, so in this case, there's a lock on this right here, so I can't go behind. But normally I would like to be a little bit further back so that this way, as I'm filming it, I can get a full scope of the house. But I'm gonna go ahead and walk you guys through real quick. So in this case, I'm gonna kind of just go like this. And don't worry about taking a bunch of different, different shots, right? The main thing is you have the film, and then later on you can choose the 2 or 3 seconds that you want to use for the actual video, right? Now, another thing, oh, my eye got kind of itchy. Another thing that you want to keep in mind is that the videos that are working really well right now are going to be shorter videos, 15 to 20 to maybe 30 seconds, right? And you have to think, the consumer, their attention span is so short right now. So every 2 or 3 seconds, you want to be buying the user's attention. Meaning, I don't want to spend 10 seconds just getting to the front door. And then I don't want to spend another 15 seconds just barely going through the living room, right? I want to find the best shots of the house, and I want them to be no more than 2 to 3 seconds. And then I want to transition to the next part of the house, right? So for example, we got the front of the house. Now, let's go ahead and go inside. So as we're going inside, if you haven't, I've been to this house so many times, so I know it already. But if it's your first time getting to a property, what you want to do is you want to get familiar with the house, right? Joey, he's the one behind the camera. He's helped me come to so many of these properties and he does a really good job of helping me figure out, hey, what angle should I get? What's the best parts of the house to film, right? So before I show you how I film it, come walk through this with me, right? So obviously you have this kind of like flex room dining area. You have a bedroom over there. And Joe, don't worry about showing them that. You could kind of focus on me. You have this area right here. But the whole point is that you want to get real clear on what shots are going to be good. So for example, right here, Joe, you can show them this shot. This is a money shot right here. If you can see this, this is a money shot. You can see the kitchen. You have that side area right here. You have the living room. You have the staircase, the high ceilings, the light fixtures. This is the money shot. So what I'm going to do is, again, make sure your camera lens is clean. Put your video on 0.5. On your settings, if you have an iPhone, if it's an Android, it might be a little bit different, but the cameras on there are good as well. So just make sure you know how to do your camera settings, right? But get an iPhone if you could. I put it on 4K 60 frames per second. Now when you post it, Instagram is going to default it to 1080 anyways, but I still like to post it, or I still like to film in 4K just so I have the highest quality possible. So like right here, there's a couple of things that you can do. You can go left to right, and this is literally how I'm doing it, right? So you want to make sure that you're going slow and that you're going steady. And I go left to right because I like to switch it up in my videos. If one scene is going left to right, I like the other scene to go opposite. Another one that you can do is going forward and then going back. Now you want to be as steady as possible. And then as I'm making the video, I'm just picking what clip goes good with each other, right? Because again, you want to keep the user's attention, right? Now, those are just for highlights. So let's say we come back over here, right? And now this is like a really nice, this is a beautiful kitchen right here, right? So now I want to see like, okay, this might be another good shot. I'm gonna go left to right. And then I'm gonna go right to left again. And then this is like a nice angle right here. And this is why the 0.5 comes, is so important, because you're able to get a bigger scope of this part of the house, right? So I'm just gonna go forward, and then I'm gonna go back. Now, one of the biggest mistakes I see people make is they're going too fast, right? Keep it slow. Keep the user's attention. And by doing that, you'll be able to really see that like, oh, like, boom, every 2 or 3 seconds, it's just like, beautiful, 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 and then boom, a call to action at the end, right? So that's important, right? So now, here's like another shot that I like to get. So here's where your creativity is gonna come into play. These are the shots that I like to get. Maybe there's a different shot that you like to get. That's where your creative process is gonna have to come into play. But basically, as I'm going through the house, I'm just looking for all the different shots that I can get, and then I can reuse them. The cool thing about new construction is that they're gonna be building these for a while, right? So maybe one day you post a certain set of clips, another day you post a different set of clips, right? It all just depends. But like here's like another really good shot right here. So again, I'm going left to right, and then I'm going right to left. And then I'll do like another forward and back right here. Now, since I don't want this video to be too long, that's for like a highlight video. So you go throughout the house and you get these different highlight shots. Now you can also do a full walkthrough. Now, full walkthrough is again gonna be the same thing, except instead of me stopping in each spot, I'm gonna actually walk through. So Joe, come with me real quick and let me show you guys a walkthrough, right? So again, this video is gonna be a little bit longer, but I wanna show you exactly how I'm doing these home tours so you guys can do the same. I don't need no fancy equipment. You don't need like all these cool apps to do editing and stuff in. I do pretty much everything through Instagram. If you wanna use CapCut, I think CapCut is great. But even then, that's free. You could do a paid version, but you don't necessarily need it, right? So here's where it's important to know the layout of the house. There's a bedroom down over there. You have this room down over here. You have this open area right here. But guess what? I don't wanna spend 30 seconds showing that little part of the bedroom coming over here when I know that's the money shot right there, right? I show the front of the house. I have maybe 2 to 5 seconds to get the people to keep watching my video. If I spend 15 seconds just going through different walls, I already lost their attention. So in this case, yeah, I want that bedroom in the video, but maybe that's better for like a highlight video, right? So in this case, I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna go, all right, let's go ahead and start right here. So I'm gonna go video, 0.5. And notice as I'm doing these like money shots, I'm slowing down also, right? I want it to have like an aesthetic feel to it, to where people feel like they're walking through the house, but you're also being able to highlight like the key features. Boom, that was like a 30-second video. And even then I can choose what clips I want to kind of like chop up and use, right? But now think about it. You came, you got an Instagram story already. Now people can hit you up through your story straight into your DMs. That's probably one of the best ways to get leads. The next thing, I come and I do a highlight video. Once I put all those little highlight videos together, it's maybe a 15 or 20-second video. That's another form of content. That's 2 already. Now I have the full house tour. We didn't even go upstairs, but it's okay if that video, when you put it together, is a minute or a minute and a half. Right? That's like another form of content. Now, another form of content is, hey, look, you have this beautiful kitchen behind you, or Joe, even show them this shot. You have this beautiful shot behind you right here. So now I can do a talking video. Hey, if you're a first-time home buyer, blah, 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 blah. Hey, if you're thinking about selling your home and relocating to something nicer in the Inland Empire or whatever city you're in, boom, that's another video, right? So now that's up to you to just come up with the types of content and educational videos that you want to provide for your audience, right? So there's so many different things that you can talk about, but you get the point. Find something with a nice background that you can talk about, right? And those are kind of unlimited. You can get 5, 6, 10 talking videos while you're in here. Now, if you want B-roll, B-roll is something a little bit different. I still don't even know how to describe what a B-roll is, but I'll show you what a B-roll is. A B-roll is basically this. It's you walking, it's you doing something like if you didn't know the camera was there almost, right? And in those videos, it could be something like this where I'm walking and it could be a 10 or 15-second video, maybe a 10-second video, 12-second video. And you have something on the top saying like how to save thousands of dollars when buying a new construction home. And then boom, read the caption. And you put like a catchy audio or a trending audio with it, right? So that's gonna be like B-roll shots. That's another form of content. Now what you can also do is get a video in front of the house where you're in front of the house and then you're basically talking about like, hey, welcome to the beautiful city of Riverside. Behind me is gonna be a 4,000 square foot house, 7 bedrooms, 5.5 bathrooms. It's gonna be on 10,000 plus square foot lots. If you're looking for something like this, it's gonna be starting in the low $1 million price range. Go ahead and comment whatever down below. Comment house down below for more info, right? And that's a video that you can do just talking. But you can also do another type of video. And I'm giving you guys all my game right now. Like this is everything that I literally do because I want you guys to do the same so you can go ahead and succeed in your business and help a ton of clients buy and sell real estate all through social media. So there's another one where you can be in front of the house and then as you're talking, you record a video of you talking, but through CapCut, there's something you can do called an overlay. And in that overlay, now you can implement the little highlight clips that you had. So even though you're talking, it's showing different parts of the house, so you're still keeping the person's attention, right? So these are all ways that you can, or these are all things that you can do and different methods to create content. And I already gave you guys about 10 different ideas, and that's just from being at one house, right? And now you can use that content for the week. So you go out one day, you get all your content, you spend another day creating it, because the most important thing is still talking to people, guys. Like you have to get on the phones, however you want to communicate with people. Even if you're DMing them, you're going to have to hop on a phone call with them at some point. And I'm going to have another section where I break down for you exactly how we talk about these things, what we're saying, how we're saying it, because working on your skills is just as important as making good content, right? So one last thing, I'm going to go ahead and end this video right here. But one more thing that I do want you guys to be mindful of is that this does take time. You can make the perfect video, but you still have to put yourself out there. You still have to get feedback, right? Essentially though, come out here, try it out, start making some content. Don't overthink it. Come in with a game plan, try some stuff out, see what works, see what doesn't work, and then do more of what does work. And trust me guys, you'll start seeing results right away.